Welcome to Somewhat Awesome Films, I am Rob. I'm going to try and keep this review semi-short. I'll probably ramble anyway. I'm going to try to keep it short, because if you are listening to this review, you're probably going to go see Thor The Dark World anyway, because you're a Marvel fan. But I will tell you my thoughts on the movie, regardless. So basically, the premise of the movie, if you are not aware, is there is this evil elf man from space called Malekith, who is after this great ancient power called the Ether, which, you know, no one understands or what it does. It just gives you magical powers. So the movie starts back in time with Thor's granddad battling Malekith over this ether thing. And Thor's granddad kicks butt. Malekith flees by sacrificing most of his people and then goes into hibernation and waits until Thor is born and stuff. You know, he's got to face Thor now. So he hibernates out in space. Thor's granddad, whose name I don't know, let's call him Papa Thor, he's like, oh, we'll go hide this ether so he can't get it if he ever comes back for it. So no one can ever get it. So he buries it, safe. At least they think it's safe, of course. So that happens at the start of the movie. Cool fight scenes and stuff, epic stuff going on. Then, you know, it comes to the future, or present day, with Thor kicking butt, trying to help out the Nine Realms get along again after the big Loki scandal. The Nine Realms are starting to line up. Some cosmic event where all the Nine Realms line up, and it makes stuff go crazy, physics out the window. Then, of course, we go back to Earth with Natalie Portman, Jane Foster, you know, Captain Interesting there. She finds the ether through this cosmic event because she's, you know, she's a scientist and she studies this stuff, so she found it accidentally using her science. Convenient that Thor's girlfriend finds this. And then, of course, Thor comes down, finds out that Natalie Portman has found the ether, or at least, you know, found something that she shouldn't have. So he takes her back to Asgard, and then that's it for Earth for the time being, which is great because Earth is boring. I'm coming to a Thor movie. I want to see Asgard. I want to see the Dark World and the Nine Realms. I don't want to see Earth. I live on Earth. I'm coming to Thor to see his planet. So they minimize Earth time, which is great. Where the first movie took like a crap ton of time and spent an all day on Earth. And that was kind of boring. That was the boring bits of the first Thor. And they're kind of the boring bits of this movie too. But there's not that much of it. So thumbs up for that one. And then of course, you know, Malekith awakes, starts hunting down the ether which Natalie Portman has inside her body. Kicks the crap out of Asgard. Thor has to protect her, and he comes up with a scheme to defeat him, or at least attempt to defeat him. And he needs Loki's help. Tom Hiddleston as Loki. He's in prison on Asgard, and then Chris Hemsworth is Thor, and he's like, hey, I need your help. I don't trust you. You're kind of a dick, but I need your help. And it's like, all right, yeah, cool. Let's do it. Let's work things out as best we can. And we'll try and defeat this Malekith guy because he's a bad dude. He does some bad stuff, which forces these two brothers to kind of get along, or step-brothers, I guess, to try and get along and save the Nine Realms from becoming the Dark World with this ether power. There you go. That's a summary of the movie for you. What did I think of it? Well, it was cool action. First half of the movie had really awesome action scenes. There was a good fight at the end as well. And it was kind of a comical fight at the end. Now this is directed by Alan Taylor, who's worked on Game of Thrones. There is a bit of a Game of Thrones vibe. I wouldn't say it is Game of Thor in any way, but it's very... you can kind of get the similar feel of Game of Thrones. That was much lighter material. Sort of. It is called The Dark World, so I guess it could be a little darker than most Marvel movies. But it's still quite funny, extremely funny. Probably the funniest Marvel movie. Like, Tony Stark, I know you're a funny dude, but this movie had me laughing a lot, which I was surprised. For a movie called The Dark World, I was laughing a crap ton at a lot of things going on. Kat Dennings is in it again as Darcy, you know, Natalie Portman's little buddy. Trying to be funny all the time, doesn't always stick. For the things that are going on around her, she must be on some serious drugs. There's like alien ships crashing into London and things exploding and people teleporting and giant beasts running around. It's like, Why do you have to say a joke? Do you not speak? Like, do you not have conversations with people? Are you just a one-line machine? Like, I got a punchline. She annoys me. I don't like her. And Zachary Levi, who you know from Chuck, is actually in this movie. I'm not gonna say he was, anything special, because we all know Thor's buddies, Volstagg, Fandral, is Zachary Levi. He plays him now. He replaced the other dude from the first movie. There's a bit of actor swap there. Not really noticeable, not really a big deal, because Thor's little friends like Sif, that love triangle thing that's never really a love triangle, they're kind of like, they get actually less screen time, I would say, than the first movie. And they didn't get much in the first movie. But they're kind of just there. They're just there. Idris Elba, who's Heimdall, the Guardian who watches over Asgard, he is kind of badass in this movie. A terrible Guardian. He lets so much stuff get through. But he has one badass moment in this movie. Probably the most badass moment in this whole movie is with Heimdall. There's a lot of cool action scenes, but once you get to the halfway mark, it kind of just, I don't know, it doesn't get cool. I mean, you got all these big battles at the start of the movie, and then there's more big battles. Like, there's this epic war in the past, and there's a big battle on a planet with Thor, and then Asgard gets attacked in this big battle. And then, after the halfway mark, it's just Thor fighting people. And it's kind of like, what happened to all this? Did you spend all the money at the first half of the movie? Are we not going to see any more big battles? But the last battle is quite cool and kind of funny. So, that was alright, I guess. So, Thor The Dark World. Good actors. A lot of good actors in this. Though Natalie Portman, your character is really boring. Sorry, she bores me. Idris Elba, Chris Hemsworth, Tom Hiddleston, a fan favorite. Everyone's gonna love Loki, of course. And of course, Anthony Hopkins as Odin. Everyone is really badass actors in this movie. It's a good movie. I'm not gonna say it's great. I'm not gonna say there's any amazing moments in this that I'm gonna remember. The first movie kind of had like several epic moments, or really like good, strong moments, like Thor trying to pull his hammer out and failing and stuff like that, stuff that you remember, and it had really good music. This one never really has that. It's like a comedy. It's just a flat out, we're going for a good movie, like a flat, average, good movie. We're not going to spike these up and go, oh, it's good, wow, that was great. It's just going to be good from start to finish. And they get that. So, Thor The Dark World, I'm going to give it a 7, which is not bad. It's just good. Average, perfect, average, good movie. So, I know you're going to see it. You're a Marvel fan. You're probably going to see it. So, my review don't mean crap to you. But if you're kind of on the fence, or just looking for what did someone else think of it, that's what I thought of it. It was just averagely good. There's nothing really stand out wrong with it. There was nothing, wow, I can't wait to see that moment again. It was just good.